Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time, we kept going with the Stage 7 of the Lacan Majoris invasion, and this time we're actually not going to keep doing it. What I said at the end of last episode was correct. I take a 300 and something, like 307 or some odd number, % damage increase. I'm good, but I'm not surviving triple damage good. And I deal 87% less damage. Like, I already felt it was pretty rough at the 250 mark. It was difficult at 200% penalty. But 300... even if I completed it, the next stage, if we keep going the way it's going, would be a 350% damage take penalty and a damage output penalty pushing 90 to 93%. I do not think I can handle that. It would take me so long to slow damage retreat, recharge, slow damage retreat, just to chew through groups. And rescues, like the mission last episode, I couldn't do. Everyone would die. They don't disengage well. Large numbers would chew them up. There's just no way I can handle it at this point. So for now, we're actually going to run intel. I got a bunch of these. It can actually boost my Ordo stats and my Ordo rep, which I do need to boost, because I need these stores to be a lot better than what they're looking. Actually, what's he selling? Ooh, that's a lot for those. But I can definitely use better stuff. And because this is kind of a deviation from norm, I'm actually going to do something a little fun that I've been wanting to do. Which is, I'm going to buy the Alpha Pack. 500 Fate. I have never bought one of these. 5 to 8 items with at least one Ancient Relic. Yes, cost Fate. I know it's kind of a kick in the nuts buying this, but let's see what we can get. Oh, damn. Okay, so Uther's Tarot card, Refractor Field of Aversion, might be worth using, depending on how that pans out. I'll probably equip that and run that. Reduced enemy armor, that's a good Psalm code. The Death Cult Blade, pointless. Carthian Sword, I mean, it's at least a Carthian Sword. I do like those, but melee. Holy Auto Gun. Plus 100% damage bonus against Demon, Drukhari, Tyrannid, or Eldar enemies when only engaged by one enemy. I mean, that perk sucks, because when fighting one guy, I get this. But it is a holy weapon. We're actually going to see if I can reroll that stat, because if I can... Please, 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 please. Yes, I can. No, I can't. It's unique. Ah, you suck. Oh well, it's gonna get mulched. What a shame. All you had to do was not be bad. But at least we know we can get those out of that, which is a good sign. The Refractor Field... I mean... it is good. Better than all my stuff for Exposed. You know what? I will save it and actually off-screen run that through some stuff, through a few missions, and we'll see what we get out of it. That's actually a good Psalm code too. I also was going to mention the implant. I re-rolled the main stat a couple times for the burning effects. But otherwise, yeah, 412 max energy shield. That's a lot of shield for free. And then I loaded up +4 to all resistances, energy shield efficiency, and critical hit strength. Which brings me to... Can I see my character? +35 critical hit strength. I don't know what that means. I'll be honest. Actually, I can check that right here. That's what the whole point of this thing is. Increases the damage multiplier of your critical hits. Additive with critical strength. No, that's not the right one. This is what it is. When you critically hit, the game rolls 1 to 100, then adds critical strength to... Oh, damn, that's actually really good. I need to get this up to 150 plus. 400% damage and apply 200% stronger dots. Think about that with this. 500% bonus damage on dots. So I could double my damage and then have this on it. Actually, I don't know if that's actually how it works. If it's going to add 200 to this, make it 700%, or if it's going to be 200 and then that gets the 500%. I don't know. It could be baller, or it could still just be very dangerous. Alright, we got... Okay, yeah, bonus damage, I don't care. What do we want? Influence, glory, psalm codes. Nah, I'm not gonna boost the difficulty anymore. I've done that too many times with these. Don't really need influence. Glory, I don't remember that being useful. Let's just go Archaeotech. And then... Tarot cards and Empyrean seals. Glory. Duplicate item. XP reward. Yeah, let's actually take XP reward. That would be nice. And then, yeah, usual increased chance for relics. Oh no, they have 62% warp resist. Whatever will I do?
The agents of the ruinous powers created warp rifts in the area. We have to seal these gates, or we will face a demonic incursion, and we're both aware of the consequences.
It's nice seeing the worst thing is 77% damage suffered. Like, I can handle that easy. Worst thing with these guys is the poison grenades. Warp gate will heal. Yeah, especially with corn berserkers. I really don't like messing with them too much. And once again, these guys... Wild trash mobs that are immune to slow fields. So I figure some of you have probably seen this already, since it's by this time old news. But, do you see the stuff going on with G4? Like, I'll be honest, telling your viewers if you don't like it, don't watch it, isn't the best look. Especially when the last time I saw a "you don't like our product, don't consume it" was Battlefield 5, and DICE lost their ass on it. Because so many people were just like, oh, you don't want me to buy it? Fine, I won't buy it. And I think it's Warner Media who revived it, or God, I can't remember who owns. No, is it Comcast? You know, it's Comcast, I think. I think it's Comcast owns like all the rights for G4, and I'll be honest, I can't imagine them being like, oh yeah, it's fine, tell our viewer base to not watch. We totally are cool with burning money on this project. Like, G4 is already behind the 8 ball because what they're doing is something YouTube channels have been doing for the past 10 years. Like, oh, review of games. Cool, I can literally find anyone else. Like, yeah, it's definitely not 2012 to 2014, you know, Channel Awesome level reviews and Total Biscuit rip the homie. You know, not that level, but not every YouTuber is bought and paid for. Some of them are, you know. You see the guys, I see it with like Battlefield YouTubers who are like, oh, the game's great, guys, and then the next video they're like, the game sucks, and then the next week like, the game's great, they fixed things. Week after that, oh, it's actually terrible, don't touch this. You know, they're just trying to ride the wave, and it's like, just don't, dude. But it's trying to make a network out of it is so tough. And of course, there's always the concern. Like, I remember G4. A buddy of mine, back 2010-ish till it went under, had it because his family had a fancy cable package and I was poor, so I couldn't watch it at home. But I remember watching like Attack of the Show, and then I remember over time it became a thing where I'd be like, hey, what's on G4? And he's just like, it's Campus PD. I'd be like, well, what's on after that? And he's like, it's more Campus PD. That's all they have now. And I was like, what? This is a gaming and tech channel. How the hell do you just have cops, but for college? That and cheaters. But they did. And man, did it suck. It's like, if Comcast really, I may be wrong on it being Comcast, don't take my word for it, look it up if you're curious. But it's like, if I was Comcast or whoever owns it, and I really wanted to get people to watch, one, I wouldn't have people saying, don't watch our shit. Definitely not a good look. But on top of that, I wouldn't be like, oh, we're just gonna have people read reviews effectively on our show. I just have people actually review it. Have a wider group of people. I'm more willing to listen to Gary talk about his review of, you know, Gran Turismo and be like, oh, okay, Gary likes racing games. So when I see another review for, you know, a racing game, you know, a Need for Speed by Gary, I'm like, oh, okay, this guy knows his stuff. I can get a feel for what he looks for. As opposed to, oh, John reads Gary's review, and then Eric reads Gary's next review. It's like, well, it's confusing. I mean, it's not like I'm too smooth-brained to figure this out, but it's confusing to have someone else read a review when it's like, just have the right person read the review. You know, they don't have to look good. You know, it's for gamers. I know dudes who are gamers who look like thumbs. I'm talking bald, no-neck looking thumbs. I'll take a dude's word on what he has to say about a game, because I'm not basing it off his appearance. Because in the end, his appearance doesn't mean a thing. But going with that, what else I would do for that network is, because you can't just have like whatever equivalent of Attack of the Show they're gonna have. You can't have literally just that. That is not a network. That is a show. I would have esports, you know, league tournaments. I'd have CSGO tournaments, COD, anything and everything. Make sure there's stuff. If you have, you know, open blocks, that's fine. You know, League has off season from October to like January, I think. You can fill that with other stuff. I'd have anime, and not just like new moe flavor of the month kind of shit. Old stuff. Dragon Ball, if you can swing it.
We are still detecting signs of demonic
Like
presence. Go to the next rift.
OG versions of Gundam. I would have Outlaw Star, stuff from the like 90s. The 80s and 90s, where it's that old vibe, because you can tell with old anime. It's got a certain art style to it that's really fun, and I enjoy it. And the thing is, it's not a matter of like, oh, will people watch it? Dude, it's anime on a gaming channel. The overlap of anime nerds and weebs and gamers is very, very high. So it's not like you're missing your target audience here. You're probably gonna cover your bases pretty damn well. You know, I'd have stuff like that. I'd try to bring back, like, I know for a while they had Robot Wars. That, BattleBots. Like, personally, I love BattleBots. I watch it every time it's on because it's fun. And who doesn't like robots? But, you know, there's a lot of things you could put on that network that, yes, will probably cost some degree. I mean, it's guaranteed it will cost money to acquire. Nothing in life is free and nothing worthwhile is free. But you can rig up something. It just can't be Campus PD for 6 hours, then Cheaters for 6 hours, then another 6 hours of Campus PD. It just can't. That will kill the network again. I mean, I've already seen people being like, yeah, it's probably gonna die, and unfortunately, probably. Part because of what I assume will be mismanagement, and part because, I mean, what does it offer? And because, depending on what cable package it's on, you're limiting your viewer base immensely. I mean, there's a lot of channels I wish I could have got not growing up, but just when I was younger, like the military channel and some of the other history channel stuff. But, you know, it's like, hey, to get this, you need to get the super deluxe punch me in the mouth edition of the cable that's like 3 times as much. And it's like, I just want these like 2 channels. And they're like, too bad. Increase your costs immensely. And it's like, I don't want this. If I could do some like pay by the channel deal, sure. But I can't. So I'm not gonna. And the funny part is thinking about that, we're starting to see a degree of that kind of design coming back.
And our last task is to cover this up. Slightly depressing, isn't it?
Like, I remember seeing a thing that Netflix was trying to create, like, a curated channel to watch, and I was like, that's cable television. You recreated cable. And now that they're increasing the cost, I think it's just gonna push people away more. But yeah, G4 could be good, but they're definitely not setting themselves up for a good start. I thought it was funny though, the woman who had complained is like, oh, sorry I'm not as hot as the other people, and like got angry about it. I'm like, I don't know how many people really care. Like, I'm here for video games. I don't really care. You know, oh, this person looks like this. Dude, Just tell me if the new God of War is worth it. I'm not here to listen to your crap. Maybe I'm weird. Oh great, Psyker Man. Psyker Man, Psyker Man. Does whatever a Psyker can. I was trying to come up with something about channeling the warp and dying, but nothing really works. Look out, he is a Psyker Man. That's all I got. Another Spark of Glory, not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get at least a couple levels into me before going back to the invasion. I mean, that's not bad. I'll be honest. It probably doesn't compare to my current one, yeah. God, I really should roll those exposed state bonuses out. But I'm trying to, like, phase that thing out, and the only reason it's around still is because it's ancient. So I'll just keep it for now, and we'll see what we can pull. Okay, reflect all damages warp, warp resist, low inoculator charges against the Eldar. Okay, we'll go Archaeotech again, XP, and then Relic boost.
The enemies of the Imperium are infinite, and such a vast threat can only be fought with ingenuity. Kill the Masters, and you will render a sea of vermin helpless.
Ah, I can't wait for Space Marine. I need it. Oh wow, this is actually just a level 75 run. No penalties. Man, this feels weird. Yeah, like two-shotting enemies, not immediately getting vaporized. This feels so out of place. I mean, look at that. I would have died normally. And actually, I can just quick finish off this little corner because I actually have a set road to take. Nothing in here. Okay, moving on. We're going back to the G4 stuff. I feel like no matter what happens, it's probably gonna fail just because, like I had said before, YouTube channels already do what they do. And I mean, are they gonna give a different take on things? If it's just gonna be, hey, we're gonna have people dunking on gamers again, cool. You know, Polygon and Kotaku have been doing that for the past 8 years nonstop. Why should I watch a TV network that's gonna do the same thing? Or a TV channel or show? Like, if I really want to do that, I'll just go to Polygon. And when you look at it, they're not doing too hot. Polygon's been losing out pretty hard. Kotaku, they recently had an editor, like a new editor, and they're like, hey, we're actually going to start reviewing games and focus on that again. Our bad. Because, I mean, I think it was it Polygon? Where they got like a PS5 to review and like 80% of it was just some political tirade? It's like, I'm sorry, this kind of crap just doesn't fly. It doesn't fly there, it's not gonna fly anywhere else. Video games are escapism. You know, we're here to play video games and have fun. That's the goal.
Duty prevails.
God, it feels weird actually doing well. But yeah, what do you think about all this? I don't think I'm off base on this at all. It's all... We have seen this before, we will sadly probably see this again. I feel like part of the G4 thing is it's definitely cashing in on, like, nostalgia. The member berries of, remember watching Attack of the Show? Remember... I don't even know what else they had on there. Ooh, they could also, now that I think about it, they could do a big coverage deal for E3. Granted, I think E3, like, in person got canceled again this year. I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't think, realistically, I don't think E3 will ever have a in-person thing again. Simply because the cost of getting, I think it's the Anaheim Convention Center, getting the Anaheim Convention Center, getting people there, getting everything set up. For studios, it's so expensive just to get people there and all that. It's a lot easier just to be like, hey, set up a little video. I think the big thing for me would be it needs to be more friendly to smaller developers. And we need more smaller developers again. Because I think that would be... It's the most pragmatic way of doing it. You know, it's a lot lower costs. Yeah, it sucks for the guys in charge and all the staff they hire on who are effectively going to be put out of work or extremely diminished work. But, I mean, streaming has changed things in the past, I'd say even 5 years. I would argue streaming got huge, I'd say right around the time of Ninja. Well, I mean, Ninja's been around for a very long time as a Halo 3 pro and streamer, but I mean like the Fortnite time. Because I think that was the point where everybody realized, hey, a lot of people will watch this stuff. And I think at that point more focus, more time, more effort, more money all went into it. And it's kind of evolved to where we are now. Including stupid things like the quote-unquote TV meta. I still can't believe that was a thing. Oh, hey, I'm just gonna go watch TV and stream it to chat. And most of the time say nothing, or very little. Like, that's absurd. And these people got away with it. I get slapped with a copyright claim for using music from a game in the video of the game. But these people are just like, oh yeah, I can somehow not get in trouble. People get slapped on here for the dumbest stuff. A JCS Psychology recently got a bunch of their stuff flagged, so they're just like, nope, we're done. When all they did was were a psychology channel for crime stuff, which was actually really interesting. I'm a little bitter, I'll admit it. But it's all over now, so... if anything, it might actually help everybody if people fight some of the DMCA stuff. That law is over 20 years old. It's a tad out of date. That's a lot of Wraithguard.
Overheat.
Oh, I really want to see... I mentioned it before, a 40k game with realistic damage. Because each one of those things is like a small black hole. It would be really cool too. It'd be borderline a horde shooter. Because you'd sit there... It couldn't be PvP, it'd be so busted. You would have to have like instant respawns. Because so many things would just one-tap you. But it'd be so cool, you just open up with a bolter against like a bunch of chaos cultists. And it's just mangled bodies, just ragdolling left and right. It would have to have, I would argue, killing floor 2 levels of dismemberment just for the proper vibe. Oh my god, that damage. That's a lot of damage.
You've set a fine example for their kind, Inquisitor.
Was everyone summoned by that thing? That's actually horrifying how many guys there were then. Nah, nothing special. It had to be a rare Exodus rifle. So close. That would have been perfect. I mean, the stats are... I don't like any of those rolls. This doesn't have bleeding effects. It doesn't have slow stun or shock effects. I might be able to apply them through all my interactions, but... damage to enemies when there's no one within 5 meters, I don't care about. All those sockets, though? That would be gnarly. I could do some stuff with that. But it's not that good. And that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.